What's good, y'all? This is a 420 Goonie, just chilling here on this late night, and this is a DVD review right here. This is for Ring of Honor's 2-disc compilation of Kenta. This is the Go to Sleep set right here. I just got this off High Spots not too long ago. Just got done watching it, and wow, this is incredible. So much good stuff on here. I've bought a couple of these Ring of Honor compilations now, and this is without a doubt the best one I have. 15 matches, 2 discs. 6 hours of action, a lot of good sized matches on here, a lot of great stuff. If there's two things that I'm really unfamiliar with, it's Ring of Honor's history and all their great matches, and Japanese wrestling. I don't know too many Japanese wrestlers or promotions out there, or great matches out in the history out there or whatever. But I feel like this DVD right here, this is a good step in the right direction. Just to kind of learn a bit more about all that stuff. So really good DVD right here. A lot of these matches, actually, every single match except for one, I have never seen before until I got this. So if I sound like I'm marking out or going crazy, it's because I had just seen this for the first time. I don't want to give away the endings to all of these matches because I want people to go out and buy this. I definitely feel like I have some viewers that don't know the outcomes to these matches, so I'd like to spoil as little as possible, but there are a few matches that I do want to give away the endings to, just so I can talk about future matchups with other people. You know what I'm talking about. Some endings I have to give away, but let's get down to it. The first match, Kenta defending the GHC Junior Heavyweight title against Low Ki. This is the main event of Final Battle 2005. Wow. This is incredible right here. This is my first time seeing this match, and man, I just, one of those matches where I was looking at this match listing, like, I think that's going to be a good one right there. Just with their similar styles, with their hard, stiff action, with their kicks and their strikes exchanging back and forth, everything you'd hope for. They went like 25 minutes, and something right around like 20 minutes into the match. Now, I've never done this before, okay, but right around 20 minutes into the match, I'd say Kenta goes up, hits his Falcon Arrow off the top rope, and gets a good near fall on Low Ki, and the crowd's going crazy, and right there I'm saying to myself, this match is on like a 4.5-star level right now. Definitely right up there. I have never given a match a star rating in my life. I've heard I've heard all kinds of people do it. It's just something like, I don't feel like I've seen enough wrestling to really give an accurate star rating, or maybe my standards are lower than other people's. But when I saw this, I was just like, this is unbelievable. And then after that Falcon Arrow, they start exchanging shots and bam bam, just beating each other up. I'm like, has to be 5 stars. Has to be. I never see stuff like this. This is without a doubt my favorite match on the entire set. If you buy this, it might be your favorite match on the entire set right here too. Just awesome stuff. After the match, the crowd was chanting Match of the Year. Keep in mind, this is the final match of the final card of Ring of Honor of the Year, so there are definitely a lot of Match of the Year candidates to contend with, so I think that's cool right there. I think they were even chanting 5-star match. I don't hear that chant a lot. I don't think I've ever heard that before this match, so good stuff right there. Awesome match. Next up, Kenta teams up with now Michi Marufuji to take on Samoa Joe and the ROH champion Bryan Danielson. This is the main event of Best in the World from March of 2006. Awesome match right here. Great tag team action. This DVD, you don't get to see Kenta go one-on-one with Samoa Joe, so in this match, this is about as close as you're going to get, with both of them being the fresh man in, kind of squaring each other up like MMA style or whatever, with their throwing the shots or whatever, and really cool to see that. It was really cool to see Samoa Joe and Bryan Danielson work as a team. There wasn't a whole lot of tag team maneuvers between the two of them, but like, for example, one move, Bryan Danielson was getting, I think it might have been Marufuji for like the surfboard stretch, brings him back with the arms. Joe comes in and kicks him in the chest. Just really cool move right there. Really cool to see Danielson and Joe work together. I think Kenta hits the GTS on Bryan Danielson and pins him. So I think it's a big deal to pin the World Heavyweight Champion in a non-title match. Just really good match right there. Next up, a triple threat match. Kenta taking on Samoa Joe, taking on Bryan Danielson. This is when Bryan Danielson was the world champion, a non-title match right here. This is from In Your Face, June 2006. And this is a good match right here. But Kenta, I think he actually gets knocked out in this match. For those of you that have ever been knocked out before, like, you'll hit the ground and your hands will still be like up in the air. Like I don't even know what the deal with it is. It's happened to me before, but like I don't know. Kenta, he jumps over the top rope and does his, foot thing to Danielson's head. I think that's what happened. He starts taunting, he's got his arms out like this, like he does. Joe just comes up and smacks him. Like, they do a lot of slaps in this DVD, but this legitimate knockout, he hits the ground, he's kind of out of it. He's got to roll to the side of the ring and, recuperate for a little bit. Samoa Joe and Bryan Danielson have to improvise for a little bit. I think Danielson plays a little bit of cat and mouse, runs to the outside or something, trying to play with the crowd and buy a little bit of time for Kenta. Really cool of them to do that. Just, man, that is unbelievable that he got knocked out and he was able to get up and get back into the match. And, I want to talk about the ending real quick. So Kenta gets Danielson up for a GTS. Danielson rakes his eyes. And so he gets out of it. Kenta's, oh, my eyes, whatever. Samoa Joe gets Danielson up for a GTS. Flips him over like this. And Kenta puts his knee up, so it's like a tag team GTS. One of the craziest things I've seen in a hell of a long time. There was like one guy in the crowd that was just standing up there. He stood up. He's just like, like if you have this match, go back and look at it. This tag team GTS, and this one guy stands up in the crowd like, I think it's the funniest face I've ever seen. Kenta hits the Husaiku knee, I think that's what it's called, Husaiku knee, and knocks Samoa Joe out of the ring. Hits another GTS on Bryan Danielson, and once again pins the World Heavyweight Champion. So, I think that's huge for Kenta right there. Definitely, gaining a lot of fans in the Ring of Honor crowd right there, if you hadn't already. Next up, the only match out of the whole set that I've seen before I bought this, Kenta going one-on-one with Austin Aries. This is from Chi-Town Struggle, June of 2006. Now, this is a good match. They won about like 20 minutes, I'd say. But it was like the crowd was so into it. Like it was really cool to see that they were like chanting both guys' names for so long that they eventually had to start a "shut the fuck up" chant just so they could like get the guys to stop chanting their names or whatever. I thought that was funny. Both of them really got off a lot of their trademark signature offense. The kind of stuff that you'd see from them in a typical match. Just really good stuff from both of them. I think Kenta was able to hit GTS and like that knee strike and or the Husaiku knee. I can't remember what it's called, but he hit all kinds of finishers and all that shit. He was able to put Austin Aries away, so that was a good match right there. Next up, Kenta taking on Davey Richards. This is from Fight of the Century from August of 2006, and great match right here. I mean, if you can imagine, like, both of these guys having similar styles. I think in this DVD they described Davey Richards as being Kenta's American protege or something like that. So you can imagine them having good chemistry in a match like this. It was a good match. I think the ending got a little bit messed up with I think that crucifix at the end was supposed to transition right into a GTS, but they kind of slipped out of it. It turned into an Ace Crusher, and he was able to hit the GTS. Nonetheless, it was still a great match right there. This, though, I don't think this was their best encounter. They do have another match later on in this set that I would really like to talk about. I guess I'll talk about it when it comes up, but still a good match right there. Next up, this is a match that many argue to be the best match in Ring of Honor history. This is Kenta taking on Bryan Danielson for the Ring of Honor World title. This is Glory by Honor 5 Night 2, September of 2006. This was incredible. God, I mean, yeah, just so much just made this match awesome right here. I mean, there's such, you feel like Kenta's going to win it. Maybe not if you're watching this today, but for me, well, maybe not, because I know the history of the Ring of Honor World title, so I kind of knew he wasn't going to win this match. But, like, after already pinning Danielson twice this year, Danielson being injured, I think his, like, right shoulder, he had so much, he was all messed up in here. I think he had more injuries defending that title than Jay Briscoe had when he had to, vacate the title this year. Danielson was all messed up, but still, though, this match was awesome right here. The crowd was so into it. There's so many believable near falls. Oh god, the crowd hanging on to every single 2 count. It was awesome. Kenta hit a GTS. The place erupted. Danielson got his foot on the rope, and I think Dave Prazak on commentary announced Bryan Danielson as being the first person to survive the go to sleep, something like that. I thought that was cool right there, and Danielson was able to hit the cattle mutilation, make him tap out, pick up the victory, retain his championship. They went like over 30 minutes. Like I said, what a lot of people consider to be the best match in Ring of Honor history, and rightfully so. But, you know, I think his match with Low Ki was a little better. That's definitely my favorite match that I've seen in Ring of Honor. But, you know, his match with Dragon, that was unbelievable right there. Next up, this is the last match on the first disc, and this might be my least favorite match on the whole set right here, going one-on-one with Matt Sydal. Kenta versus Matt Sydal, and it wasn't a bad match, don't get me wrong. They were still able to put on a good match, a little bit under 20 minutes, you know, but I don't know how to put it. It's like they weren't able to really bring out the best in each other. You know, it's like they have different styles. Not to say that, you know, Matt Sydal can't, you know, respond with kicks of his own, and I'm not saying that Kenta, you know, isn't high-flying and, you know, can't cater to, you know, Sydal's style, but, you know, just I don't think like I said, I just don't think they you know, really brought the best of each other out in this match. But still, though, it was a good match. I think the bigger story with this match wasn't the match itself, but what happened after it. This was cool. Samoa Joe comes out to the ring. He grabs the microphone and puts him over. He says on the microphone, he's like, you know, you're one of the best wrestlers in Japan, if not the world. And I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. I love when that stuff kind of happens. And then he says, I want you to send a message to from the boys in the back here at Ring of Honor to everyone out at Pro Wrestling Noah. This is I forgot how he said, this is a message that transcends in all languages. Bam! Smacks him right in the face. They two start going at it. I thought that was awesome right there. Really cool way to end the first disc right there. So end of the first disc. All right. Intermission. All right. Let's do disc 2 right here. Kenta going one-on-one with Rocky Romero. This is from United We Stand, June of 2007. Now, this right here was one of those matches where I look at the match card on this, and this is one of those matches that stand out because Rocky Romero, he's definitely underrated in my book. Well, underrated in like my talk. Like I don't talk about him as much as I'd like to. I think he's really kick-ass, but you know maybe I just haven't seen as much of him as you know. I guess I should to be able to talk about him. But you know they put on a great match just like you'd expect. You know, Rocky's got awesome offense to be able to keep up with, you know, Kenta, able to kick each other's asses, a lot of good stuff. You know, I think Rocky Romero he has history in Mexico. He's a well-traveled wrestler, history in Japan. I forgot, I think it was like Black Tiger 4 might have been Rocky Romero. Forgive me if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, tell me who it is. But one thing that was really cool, you know how, like say a cross arm breaker, or you know the kind of move where like Del Rio will like flip over and you know get him in the arm breaker. Rocky Romero did that to Kenta off the top rope. I'd never seen that before. Flipped him off. It was really cool right there. But Kenta was able to hit the GTS and beat Romero in what I thought was a good match. Next up, Kenta going one-on-one with Bryan Danielson. This is Driven. This is actually the night after his match with Rocky Romero. June of 2007, and they're kind of talking about this being the rematch from their match at what was it, Glory by Honor 5. Sorry, like I said, I don't know shit about the history. This is all new to me, but you know, this obviously I think it would be crazy for them to top their Glory by Honor match, or even you know be on point with it. But they're in Chicago, great Chicago crowd here. They still put on a great match, still put on an awesome match here. They went like 20-25 minutes, I'd say, and you know, it was still a good match, just like you can expect. You know, like Bryan Danielson's one of those guys that can bring the best out of, you know, Kenta, just like, you know, vice versa. I think Davey Richards is one of those guys. I think there's a lot of Japanese talent that's like that too. But you know, this match right here, there was one spot that really, holy shit. Well, I shouldn't say one spot that but there's one that I want to talk about. You know, these guys, they're fighting on the apron. He throws Kenta throws a couple of elbows. He throws a boot. He goes running at him. Dragon catches him, grabs him around, overhead belly-to-belly suplex off the apron. He goes crashing to the floor, impact to the floor. This isn't the kind of belly-to-belly where he throws him over and he rolls over. This is up and dumps him, and he just back first on the thin pad, no give out there. It's, oh man, the crowd was chanting holy shit. It was awesome right there. The last like 2 or 3 minutes of this match were so intense. Like, man, I can't even remember everything that happened. It's like Kenta went for a GTS, but then he missed it, and Dragon countered it into something, countered it into cattle mutilation, countered that into some other shit, countered that into the elbows. They just kept going back and forth. You had no idea what the hell was going to happen. But actually, you know what? I'm not going to give away the ending of that match. How about you order it and you figure it out how that match ended right there. Haha. Next up, this is an awesome match right here. Let's see here. This is Kenta taking on Mitsuharu Misawa. Misawa defending the GHC heavyweight title. This is Glory by Honor 6, Night 2, November of 2007. God, this is a really cool match right here. I am really unfamiliar with Misawa. I've heard a lot about him. I've seen a couple of matches of his, but like, you know, just, I don't know. I thought this match right here was really cool. Just, you know, they were both able to throw a lot of really good, you know, stiff shots to each other. They went like a half hour, right around there. You know, they threw a lot of crazy suplexes. What's his name? Kenta was able to kick out of a Tiger Driver. Mitsuharu Misawa kicked out of a GTS, which was unbelievable right there. Now, I haven't seen too many people do that. I guess through all these matches, I guess I'll talk about it later, but Misawa kicked out of a GTS right there. What's his move? I think it's called Emerald Flosion, and Kenta kicked out of an Emerald Flosion, and Misawa got him. He had like an alternate version of like a suplex, flipped him over for the Flosion, and got him. Was able to pick up the victory, and awesome match right there. Just really good stuff right there. Awesome match. Next up, Kenta teams up with Kota Ibushi to take on Naomichi Marufuji and Katsuhiko Nakajima. This is the Tokyo Summit from September of 2008. Awesome showcase right here. You know, I'm really unfamiliar, like I said, with Japanese wrestlers, and you know, this is just a really good exposure for someone like me. And I think you know, a lot of Ring of Honor fans could really appreciate it when it happened at the time. I'm not one of the cool people that got to see it back then, but you know, I can appreciate it now. You know, they're talking about promotions out in Japan like Noah and I think DDT and Kensuke Office, and just, you know, really cool promotions out there that I really want to check out. You know, just checking out these guys, it's like they're really kicking ass in here. I want to go see what's going on out in those other promotions, what the hell's going on with them, you know. But you know, awesome match right here. It wasn't as much like tag team wrestling, I think, like you'd see with the Young Bucks, where, you know, you'd see a lot of tag team maneuvers. It was more like one-on-one style matches, or one-on-one style action. Just awesome stuff. I think they were in Tokyo for this match. Really cool crowd here. God, they went to like a 30-minute time limit draw, and just awesome. I love time limit draws. I don't know why. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. And you know, they wanted to go 5 more minutes, and they agreed upon it. They got the approval. They went 5 more minutes and still couldn't find a winner. And just awesome stuff right there. The crowd loved it. Great match right there. Great showcase. Really opened my eyes to, you know, wrestle to these Japanese wrestlers. I want to go check them out, you know, see other matches from them, other promotions out there, you know, awesome stuff right there. Next up, Kenta taking on Nigel McGuinness. This is for the ROH World Title. This is the 7th anniversary show, March of 2009. This is a good match right here. I really like this. You know, even thinking about, you know, Nigel's, you know, I guess he's, you know, he's you know, stiff, you know, he's got some good shots, but I definitely think about, you know, more European, catch-as-catch-can style, you know, and I think he really put on a good match with Kenta here. I think this was better than I might have expected it to be, you know. Nigel came into this match with a hurt left bicep, and he like tore it. He messed some shit up in it. I don't remember exactly what the injury was, but you know, I just thought there is no way. Well, I know, once again, you know, I know the history of the ROH World Title, so I can't say that I was expecting Kenta to win it, but I thought Kenta should have won this, you know, because you know, there's no way that Nigel was 100% going into this match, but Nigel, he is a ring veteran. He was able to work Kenta's left shoulder the whole time, and was able to finish the match off with the London Dungeon and defend his championship, so it was a good match right there. God, there was one spot that I thought was crazy. Kenta was working Nigel's shoulder in the match, and there's this one spot that Kenta, usually does in a match where he'll have his opponent hanging either on the middle or the top rope. He'll just be hanging by his gut, and Kenta will jump off the top rope and connect with the knee. He'll hit him in the back or the neck or the back of the head or something like that. But Nigel was hanging off of the barricade on the outside. Kenta went to the top rope. I mean, this is huge. Jumped off the top, connected the knee to the hurt shoulder. I had to rewind it and freeze frame it and check it out, and he messed him up. I thought that was brutal right there. Really cool spot. Good title defense right there by Nigel. Definitely makes the title look good when you can, defeat Kenta, I think. Who the fuck am I? How many Ring of Honor title defenses have I seen in my life? Next up, Kenta taking on Davey Richards. Kenta actually defending his GHC Junior Heavyweight title against Davey Richards. This is Super Card of Honor 4, April of 2009. This right here, like I was saying earlier in the review, this is the better encounter of these two. I don't know. Kenta or Davey Richards, he's older here. He has more experience. He's a heel. I feel like he's, just a little more comfortable in the Ring of Honor, ring. Maybe feels a little bit more at home than he might have in their previous bout. I think he'd been in the company for 2 months when they had their first bout. They showed the Code of Honor there, but at this match, they didn't show the Code of Honor. But still, though, just awesome match right here. Davey really being a little more seasoned than he was in their last match. Awesome, awesome kicks here. Great stiff shots. Good back and forth action. Oh God, what was I gonna say? There was this. Oh man, Kenta. He was going for the GTS on Davey. Gets him up. Davey counters. Hits a dragon screw on his leg. Counters that into a clover leaf right there. Just he snapped it off in like 3 seconds. Just like catch the leg. Boom. Gets him in the submission right there. Oh man, just so much good action right there. It was unbelievable. What else happened? Oh yeah, the ending. It kind of. I don't really want to talk about this too much, but I do think it was edited. I'm pretty sure it was edited. I had to go back and check frame by frame, and the GTS definitely looks a little funky, but nonetheless, still a great match right there. Awesome match right there. Kenta defending his GHC championship against Junior Heavyweight Championship against Davey Richards. Excuse me. Next up, Kenta and Tyler Black taking on Katsuhiko Nakajima and Austin Aries. This is from Take No Prisoners 2009. From April of 2009. Really big crowd here. I just noticed that when I was watching this, but this is a really cool match right here. I don't know if I was saying this earlier, but Kenta has 2 encounters with Austin Aries in this DVD. One of the old, back in '06, and one of the new here in '09. And Austin Aries really gained a lot of personality. He's funnier, he's a heel and whatnot. And just to see Kenta and Aries in the ring together, it was funny. Like Aries, he was like throwing. He was like. Hold on, everyone. He's like doing his fake kicks. He's trying to communicate with them, saying, "Don't throw any of your crazy kicks. Boom, we're gonna do a catch as catch can style match. How does that sound?" So they're going at it. Not really throwing strikes or anything like that. More of headlock, wrist lock kind of game, taking it to the ground, front face locks or whatever. And soon Austin Aries, he goes for his traditional escape from that. Headstand. He's got his head trapped up, and he escapes, and he went for the drop kick, and he missed it. And Kenta, he's like, "Oh, that was not the rule that we were going by," But I thought that was really interesting right there. You get to see Kenta and Katsuhiko Nakajima exchange shots, exchange kicks, oh man, just back and forth and back and forth. And Nakajima had like welts on his chest, all bloody. It was so stiff. It was awesome. The crowd going crazy for it. I loved it. I think Tyler Black hits God's Last Gift on Austin Aries and takes the pinfall right there to get the victory for him and Kenta. So really good match right there. Next up, this is the final match of the set. Kenta taking on Tyler Black. This is from End of an Age, June of 2009. This match right here, it was nothing too serious. It was nothing too big for me. I don't know. I just kind of like the Matt Sydal match. It wasn't bad by any means. It was a good match, but it wasn't as great as the other matches. I guess there are some crazy contenders that this match has to go up against, but it was still a good match right there. Tyler Black kicked out of a GTS, and I think him and Mitsuharu Misawa are the only people in this whole set to kick out of the GTS. Just really cool right there, but there weren't really any moments in the match where I felt like Tyler Black was actually going to pick up the victory, and sure enough, Kenta would hit a GTS, a second one, and put Tyler Black away to finish off the DVD. So yeah, that's both discs. This is awesome stuff right here. I guess well, one of my discs is in my PlayStation. I think they both look like this anyways, but yeah, I just want to show you that. But yeah, just awesome set right here. I can't stress that enough. I have the Chris Hero set, I have the Claudio Castagnoli, and I have the Kings of Wrestling, but this is better than all of those right there. If I had to recommend one out of all of these, it would certainly be this DVD. Go on High Spots and get it, because Ring of Honor Wrestling might not have it in stock, but High Spots will, so definitely go check this out. Highly recommended, awesome DVD. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace out.